So I am back with another Basketball Wives Season 8 review. This review is for episode 9. If you missed my reviews for episodes 1 through 8, please go check those out. So much happened in this episode last night. I could barely keep track of everything. It was literally like watching a game of telephone happen. So much happened in this episode. So the episode starts with Malaysia and Kristen meeting up at a trampoline park so their kids can play together because they're family. And Malaysia tells Kristen how she just closed on a house. I believe Malaysia moved from LA to Atlanta. So she's really happy about her new house for her and her children to live in. I'm happy for her. I think it's great that she's moving forward in life and she's trying to be a better person. So I think that it's great that she's kind of starting her life over in a sense. So Kristen says that she wants to throw a gathering because all the ladies are kind of getting along. Now, she says that the gathering is going to be a 90s skating party, which I love that idea. They actually do that here in the state that I'm living in. They do it a few times a month where it's like 90s skate night for 21 plus. So I think that's cool. And she said that she was throwing it because she feels like all the ladies are kind of getting along. And I'm like, where is she getting that they're getting along? Like, you do know that there's still a lot of unfinished business with a lot of people. So Malaysia's all for the gathering, and Kristen says she wants to do it because she just wants everybody to have a good time. And don't know if that's going to happen. So then she says that Cece's not invited to her little 90s gathering because she said that her and Cece are not in a good place and she doesn't want to invite her there because she wants everything to be fun. But she said that she was going to invite OG because things between them are pretty good. They're not friends, but they're in a decent place, which I think is good. I think it's good that Kristen and OG kind of put their beef to the side. But I have a feeling that if it's not this season, next season, her and OG will be right back at it again. So Malaysia says Cece said that she didn't write those text messages that Kristen showed OG. And it's like Cece needs to stop saying that she didn't do something that's right in front of people's faces that we can visibly see with our own eyes, that she wrote those text messages. Own up to your shit and stop pretending like you didn't do something that everybody knows you did. So then Jen, OG, and Jackie go for a walk and they discuss Phoebe's performance. Now, I'm confused as to why they were saying that Phoebe's performance was so good because I thought her performance was bad. But they were saying that her performance was good compared to the video because they said that the video that Phoebe made was trash, which it was absolute garbage. And I think she had no energy on stage either. The only people that were bumping to her performance was the people she invited who were in the front row. So that's that. Now, OG says that she has a problem with the fact that Cece won't own up to those text messages that she wrote about her 2 years ago. And she was saying how she's not mad about the text messages per se, but she's only mad that Cece won't own up to it. She says that she understands that at the time of those text messages, Cece and OG were not friends, and Kristen and Cece were on good terms. And at the time, Kristen had a problem with OG. So she feels like Cece wrote those messages because she was defending Kristen, which I believe Cece wrote the messages because she was defending Kristen. But I also believe that Cece meant the things that she said about OG. And I don't understand why all the ladies keep coming for the way that OG looks all the time. Like, out of all the ladies in the group, she's the only one whose looks they come for. And I don't really like that. But hopefully Cece ends up owning up to those text messages because it seems like OG wants to continue her friendship with Cece. So then Malaysia comes up in conversation because Jackie brings up Malaysia, asking Jen if she has any plans of working things out with Malaysia, and Jen says that she has nothing to say to Malaysia. Jen doesn't feel like she needs to apologize to Malaysia for anything because Jen never owned up to trying to use Malaysia to start trouble last season. So Jen gets pissed at Jackie because she tells Jackie that instead of keep telling her that she needs to apologize to Malaysia, why don't Jackie go tell Malaysia to apologize to her? But I don't see why Jen wants an apology from Malaysia, because Malaysia didn't necessarily do anything to Jen. Only thing I would say maybe she could apologize for is throwing the table at her. But even that, I don't feel like she should apologize for, because Jen didn't even get hit with the table. Malaysia just threw it. So anyways, then Jackie goes on to say that there's a guy in Atlanta that's been messaging her, telling her things that Jen has said about Malaysia and her children. So Jen says that she didn't say anything about Malaysia and her kids. So whatever information that she's getting is false. I don't think Jackie really believes Jen. Maybe the things that the guy said maybe add up to something Jen would say or Jen has previously said. But this is about to get crazy, because when you bring someone's kids into the situation, it gets really, really ugly. Cece and Byron sit and talk about Jackie's sex book, because I guess Byron's reading through Jackie's sex book and he's getting a whole kick out of what Jackie put in the book. I didn't read it, so I don't know what she put in it, but he was very interested in the things that Jackie put in that book. So Cece ends up telling Byron about what happened at Phoebe's performance, how she felt ambushed because as soon as she walked in, she was being questioned by OG because of Kristen digging up old text messages between the two of them where they were talking about OG. And Byron was saying how Cece needs to find out the motive behind why Kristen would dig up 2-year-old text messages and bring them to OG's attention. We all know why she did it. Kristen doesn't like Cece right now. So she wanted to show OG that Cece wasn't really her friend because Cece talked crap about her. Basically, Kristen wanted to start trouble between OG and Cece is the way that I see it. But I also think that OG did need to know about what Cece had said about her, because you can't really have a friendship if you don't even know that they were trash talking you. But all Cece has to do is own up to it and OG will let it go. So hopefully Cece ends up doing that. So then Byron goes on to talk about how he wants things repaired between his kids and him, and also with Cece, because he doesn't want to have his family divided. And Cece was saying, well, she doesn't care if his kids don't like her. She doesn't care if his kids don't want to be around her. She just wants things to be right between Byron and his kids. She cares more about Byron and his kids fixing things than her fixing things with them. So she got teary-eyed and she started breaking down, crying, because she's upset at the things going on with the family where his children no longer even want to go to their wedding. And I think they can work it out. I just think that they all have to sit down together as a family and really sit down and talk to each other and not cut each other off. Just tell each other how each person feels and what they think can be done to fix things. And then everything should be settled before the wedding. So Jackie meets up with Phoebe and Evelyn at a pole dancing class. And what was weird to me in this scene was that Evelyn, the first thing she even brought up was OG. Even though pole dancing had absolutely nothing to do with OG, the first thing she talked about was OG's feet and her toes. And I'm just like, why is she always talking about OG? She doesn't even sit and have conversations with OG, but she always has her in her mouth. It's either she's obsessed with her, she just really doesn't like OG, or she's jealous of her. One of the three, because it's weird that every time she mentions OG, she's trashing her about something. And I haven't heard OG necessarily trash Evelyn at all. So it's weird to me that Evelyn always brings her up in a negative way. So Phoebe was absolutely horrible at pole dancing, okay? And it was weird that Evelyn and Jackie outdid Phoebe at the pole dancing, because they're both a lot older than Phoebe. You would think the younger one would be doing better at something like that, but no, she did horrible. So they told Evelyn about Phoebe's performance because Evelyn was not there, and they lied and said that Phoebe did a great job, which she didn't. It was boring. It was trash. Okay. She has no energy at all and no stage presence. So then they tell her about how the whole OG Kristen and Cece drama with the text messages that happened at Phoebe's performance. And then they go on to talk about Tammy. Now, this is where I can give Jackie props, because she definitely did kind of step in to defend Tammy a little bit, because Phoebe was telling Evelyn how Tammy and her daughter showed up to support her at her performance, and that she heard that Tammy's trying to rap and that her daughter is helping her with her rapping. And Phoebe said that Tammy was too old to be rapping, that she don't have it anymore, and that she sounds like a 90s rapper, and that don't work anymore. She definitely said that Tammy was too old to rap. So that's when Jackie stepped in and kind of told, Phoebe, I don't know if you want to say that. I don't know if you want to trash talk Tammy. And I think that Jackie was kind of warning her, because, Jackie goes back and tells everything that anybody says. So she was kind of trying to give Phoebe a little bit of a warning that, if Tammy finds out about what you're saying about her, Tammy will definitely go off on you. So then Evelyn goes on to say that Jen said that Tammy wore an outfit, okay? Tammy wore an outfit, and I guess a stylist or somebody was trying to return the outfit that Tammy had worn, and it couldn't be returned because there were, how can I say this, PG? There was bodily fluids. There was bodily fluids left in the private area of the garment that Tammy was wearing, and so the outfit could not be returned. And Jackie was just like shocked, because Jen is still trash talking people after Jen was just talking about some type of sisterhood and everything. She's over here trashing people just because her and Evelyn are back friends again. Now she feels comfortable enough to trash talk people. So I'm interested to see what Tammy does when she finds out what Jen has been saying about her. So then Jackie ends up saying that there's a guy in Atlanta saying that Jen is talking about Malaysia and her kids. So Evelyn, being nosy, says that she wants the guy's number because she wants to call him. So Evelyn ends up calling the guy, and she has him on speaker. So she asks him what Jen said about Malaysia and her children, and the dude was like, who is this again? And then she was like, oh, it's Evelyn. And the dude started flipping out on the phone because he was so excited that Evelyn was calling him. So he must be a fan. So you kind of have to question, and I agree with Evelyn on this, you kind of have to question whether or not what the dude is saying is correct, because he might just want to be in the loop with things because he's a fan of the ladies of Basketball Wives. So he was saying that Jen said that Malaysia got kicked out, and that Malaysia's having financial problems, that Malaysia's a bad mom and she leaves her kids at home all the time. And I didn't hear him say anything about her kids being dirty, but that comes up at some part in the episode, which is weird to me because I didn't hear the guy say that. So basically, the guy said that Jen was telling Dominique stuff about Malaysia, and Dominique was going back and telling people what Jen was saying, people were saying about Malaysia. So, oh God, that was just so much to take in. Because, one, I don't think Evelyn should have been calling the dude. I think she was nosy because she wanted to know what was being said because she's drama-filled. Two, I don't think Jackie should have been telling Evelyn and Phoebe anything because she shouldn't be trusting them at all. And Evelyn should have went to Malaysia with the information, not all the other ladies, because now Jackie's looking messy as hell because she keeps running to everybody about it instead of Malaysia. And it's just like, why are you telling all the other ladies and not Malaysia? So Evelyn basically said that she's going to tell Malaysia what the guy said on the phone. OG ends up showing up at Cece's business because Cece was working, and they sit down to talk and catch up a little bit, and then OG cuts right to the chase, which is what I like about OG, is that she doesn't beat around the bush. She kind of goes right to what she has to say, and I think that that's an important type of friend to have in your life, somebody who will come to you if they are feeling some type of way about something, because the last thing you want to do is be friends with somebody and they have some type of issue with something you said or did, and they never address it with you, and then it comes out later on and you're confused at why they had a problem with you. So OG says to Cece that she was blindsided by those text messages that Kristen showed her. Now, Cece, once again, was kind of trying to deny the fact that she wrote those text messages. She was even going as far to say that she felt like at a point that Kristen may have made up those text messages because she didn't remember writing those. So OG gets annoyed and OG tells her, look, you wrote those text messages. My problem with you is that you're not owning up to them when they're right in front of my face and I seen them. If you own up to it, that's what I want you to do, is say that you did it. Don't lie and say you didn't do it and then try to say that Kristen made them up. So Cece ends up admitting to writing those text messages and telling her that the reason why she wrote them was because Kristen and her were cool at the time and Kristen had problems with OG. So Cece was trying to basically defend Kristen. So I don't really believe that too much. I do believe that she was trying to defend Kristen, but I also believe that she meant the things that she said about OG in those text messages. But being very mature in this episode, OG was glad that Cece admitted to writing those text messages and they hugged and they said that they could start building their friendship again. So I think that this episode is definitely painting OG in a good light. For one, she's not the source of the drama, and she's not in any type of arguments or fights with anybody. She was very mature about the situation with OG, and I really like the way that her and Cece handle it, even though I think OG's better than me, because if somebody said that stuff about me, I don't even care if we weren't friends at the time. You still said that stuff about me, and you thought it about me. But I'm glad that OG was being very mature about the situation. So Kristen meets up with OG, Jackie, and Tammy and tells them that she's throwing a 90s party and she wants them all to come and that everyone has to come dressed as somebody they liked from the 90s. So Kristen says that she's going as Ashley Banks from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I thought that was absolutely brilliant that she decided to go as Ashley because she looks very similar to the way that Ashley looked on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I thought Kristen was perfect for that, to play that character. So Tammy ends up saying that she's not going. And I laugh about it whenever Tammy says she's not going to something because she reminds me of myself when there's some type of family gathering and I know certain people are going to be there and I don't want any drama. So I'll be like, I'm not going, and I won't show up. So I thought that was funny. Jackie ends up telling them that she has some stuff to tell them, and Tammy's crazy ass pulls up a chair and sits down. But the thing is that she don't realize that some of the stuff that's going to be told is things about her. So Jackie starts to tell them that she went to a pole dancing class with Evelyn and Phoebe and that they called the guy from Atlanta who's been saying that Jen was saying things about Malaysia. Now, she told them that the guy said that Jen was saying how Malaysia is a bad mom and she's having financial issues. And I'm just like, Jackie, why are you telling all the other ladies but Malaysia? That's why Jackie looks bad, because Jackie's not taking it to the person she should be taking it to. Jackie's friends with Malaysia. And although Jackie's not the one spreading the rumors, it's making her look like the messy one because she's going around telling everybody but the person she should be telling. So OG says that they asked Jen about the rumors being spread by the guy in Atlanta, and Jen denied it and said that she didn't say those things. She says she don't know who's saying it, but she wasn't the one who was saying those things about Malaysia. So Kristen ends up saying that Jackie is being messy and that she doesn't want any parts of it, that Malaysia's her family, and that she's not about to sit back and listen to her be trashed. So Jackie also ends up telling Tammy that Phoebe said Jackie's too old to be rapping and her time is up. And so Tammy gets annoyed because, and I can understand why Tammy was annoyed, because Tammy didn't have to give Phoebe a chance to try to be friends with her, because she could have just judged her automatically and said she don't want no parts of being cool with Phoebe because she's friends with Evelyn. But no, she ended up going to her performance, and I think that Phoebe taking shots at her is dumb. But Tammy says she's going to confront Phoebe, and I want to see this because Phoebe's a known liar, okay? she been lying throughout the season, saying she didn't say things she did say. So I want to see what happens when Tammy confronts her. Tammy goes to meet with her dialect coach to learn how to perfect her Tatiana Trill alter ego. And the stuff that the guy was having her do was weird as hell. Okay, yeah, her sticking her tongue all the way out her mouth and everything. I was just like, that's weird. But also at the same time, when you're trying to do anything that involves acting, you have to be out of your comfort zone. So I could understand. Now, OG and Phoebe end up showing up. And Phoebe said that when Tammy first invited her, she felt like maybe Tammy was trying to befriend her, and she thought it was good that Tammy was trying to get to know her. But then when she saw that OG showed up, she felt that she was being set up. So Tammy ends up telling Phoebe that Jackie told her that she was talking shit about her, saying that she was too old to be rapping and that her time was up. Now, I got annoyed at Phoebe because Phoebe lied and said that she didn't say those things about Tammy. She said she did not say that Tammy was too old to rap and that her time was up. She completely lied. Like, she did say those things about Tammy, and I don't understand why she continues to lie about stuff. First, it was that she didn't make the song about OG. Now it's that she didn't say that Tammy was too old to be rapping. It's just like, this girl is a whole liar, and I hope that when the reunion comes that she's exposed as a liar, because she lied. She really did lie. So she was saying that she's tired of Jackie starting trouble and being messy. And so now Phoebe has a problem with Jackie. So Phoebe starts running her mouth about everything. Now she starts telling everything. She even tells things about what Evelyn was saying. And Evelyn's supposed to be her friend. She goes and tells Tammy and OG that Evelyn was talking crap about OG's feet. And I'm just like, ain't Evelyn your friend, Phoebe? You're going back and telling what Evelyn said about OG's feet? Damn. So then OG says Phoebe lies a lot, so she's going to take what Phoebe said with a grain of salt, which I agree. Even though it's true, Evelyn did absolutely talk about OG's feet. I do agree with OG that you need to take what Phoebe says with a grain of salt because she's a liar. So Phoebe then goes on to tell Tammy that Jen said to Evelyn that the garment that Tammy was wearing couldn't be returned because there were bodily fluids left in it. And Tammy was done at that point. Tammy was pissed off and said she was done. She got up and she left. She said she was over everything, and she got up and she left. So, oh my God, I cannot believe that Phoebe ran her mouth that much. She's over here talking about Jackie being messy, which Jackie is absolutely being messy, but she's being messy too. Now, I want to see what happens between Phoebe and Evelyn, because Phoebe ran her mouth about what Evelyn was saying. So Jackie ends up meeting up with OG to try on new skates for Kristen's 90s skate party. And I have to say that I like how calm and cool OG is being in this episode. Even though a lot of things have been being said about her in this episode, she still has remained calm and cool. So I like that. Jackie says that she regrets telling Tammy what Phoebe said about her being too old to rap and that her time was up. And OG tells her, look, girl, it is too late. It is too late, because Phoebe and her went to Tammy's little acting coach session, and Tammy already confronted Phoebe about what you told her Phoebe said about her, and Phoebe denied it and said that Jackie twisted her words around. So Jackie gets pissed off because Phoebe said that Jackie was being messy and that Jackie twisted her words around. So Jackie says that Phoebe has a really bad attitude, and that for Phoebe's sake, they need to keep her far away from her or she'll hurt Phoebe. That's what she said. She's going to hurt Phoebe. And Phoebe did lie. So, I mean, Jackie has a reason to be mad about that. So Evelyn and Phoebe go for a walk, and Phoebe tells Evelyn about how Tammy invited her to her little acting coach session, and Evelyn was like rolling her eyes about it, and it's just like, why are you mad about that though? Like, you would think that Evelyn would be glad that even though her and Tammy are not on good terms, that Tammy's not being rude or disrespectful to her friend. But, you know, Evelyn's petty, so Evelyn doesn't even care about that. So Phoebe ends up telling Evelyn that Tammy confronted her about telling her that Jackie told her that Phoebe was saying that she was too old to be rapping and that her time was up. So Phoebe was saying how Jackie lied on her and said that she said that Tammy was too old to be rapping, and Phoebe didn't say, Phoebe's saying that she didn't say, even though she absolutely did say it. And so she was saying how she doesn't have time to be fighting with senior citizens, and friggin' Evelyn starts laughing. I'm like, Evelyn, you're an older woman too, so why are you laughing about her calling Jackie a senior citizen when you're an older woman too? And so now both Evelyn and Phoebe have a problem with Jackie. So I feel like what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to make Jackie be the one who's the troublemaker, and they're going to try to get Malaysia to go against Jackie. That's how I feel, because they're very manipulative, especially Evelyn, and everybody seems to kind of kiss Evelyn's ass a lot, and whatever Evelyn says, they kind of follow her. So we'll see what ends up happening. Now it's Kristen's 90s party, and she looked so friggin' adorable as Ashley Banks. I mean, she absolutely nailed the Ashley Banks look. She looked great. Now Evelyn comes dressed as Peggy Bundy, and although Evelyn is very annoying to me, I think she did a really good job dressing as Peggy Bundy. I think she embodied her completely, and I think she took the role very seriously. Phoebe said that she was dressed as Ashley Banks, and I'm like, what? Because I just thought she just came dressed in whatever she thought was 90s attire, and that was it. I didn't think she was trying to be Ashley Banks, because she didn't even put no effort into that at all. So Malaysia looks cute as the girl from Bring It On, but that's not no 90s movie. That Bring It On movie with Gabrielle Union was not no damn 90s movie. Not that I know of. It's not. I thought that was like the early 2000s. But anyways, Malaysia did look really, really cute, though. She looked very, very cute. So Kristen was unable to sit quiet any longer, because although she didn't want trouble at her party, she felt like it was her duty to let Malaysia know what was going on. So Kristen says to Malaysia that Jackie said that Jen and Dominique has been talking about her and her kids. So this is where Malaysia starts getting really upset. She starts getting really angry and upset, and she says that she can't breathe and stuff, because a lot of times adrenaline hits you, and especially when you hear about your kids, say what you want to say about me, but leave my kids out of it. So Malaysia goes, what was she saying about my kids? So she said that they called her kids dirty, and Phoebe was like, wait a second, the guy on the phone did not say that Jen was saying that Malaysia's kids were dirty. That wasn't what he said. He said that it was being said that Malaysia was a bad mom and she was having financial problems, which is true. The guy on the phone did not say that Jen said that Malaysia's kids were dirty. That never came up. So, that's definitely a game of telephone, because that's not what came out the guy's mouth. So I don't know where the dirty came from. And I don't know who told Kristen that that was said, but that wasn't what was said at all. But I was confused as to why Phoebe was calling out people misusing people's words, because she lies a lot. So I was confused as to why she was the one calling that out. But she didn't even call that out to the ladies at the table. She said it in her interview, like a little troublemaker, because if the guy didn't say that she said that on the phone, why didn't you say something when Kristen said that? So they said the guy from Atlanta told Jackie that Jen was talking about her, and Malaysia starts to break completely down. She starts crying because she's saying that she's trying to change, because Malaysia usually is the one who will get up and fight. She's immediately the one who will jump up, and she wants to be different. She wants to be calmer. She wants to be cooler. She wants to be happier, and she just wants to progress her life for her and her kids. So I really feel bad that that had to be brought on to her while she's trying to celebrate her closing on a new home. So that's a shame that when something really happy and really good is happening in your life, so much negativity has to be brought to you for it. So I can understand why she was completely mad. So Phoebe and friggin' Evelyn was basically trying to put the whole thing on Jackie. they were trying to paint it to Malaysia that Jackie was the one who probably said the stuff about her kids, and that Jackie's the one starting trouble and Jackie's the one spreading rumors. And I'm like, they're only doing this because they have a problem with Jackie now, because Jackie went back and told what Phoebe said about Tammy. So they're trying to pin that shit all on Jackie. Jackie is absolutely wrong for going to all the other ladies with that information instead of going to Malaysia first. But to say that she's starting trouble and she's the one who started the rumors about Malaysia, that's bull. So Malaysia's family ends up walking in for the skate party, and Evelyn goes, who are these hoes that are coming in here? And Kristen was like, that's Malaysia's family. And I'm like wondering why the hell Evelyn called them hoes and immediately had an attitude about those women coming into the party. I was like, why is she like that? So freaking annoying. So the party ends up looking fun. Malaysia says she doesn't want to ruin Kristen's party, so they end up skating and having a good time. But then when she finds out that Jennifer and Dominique are there, she literally gets up and goes in the room where Jennifer and Dominique were, because Jennifer and Dominique were over at the counter trying to get their skates. So Malaysia goes in there and she asks Jennifer, were you talking about my kids and calling them dirty? And Jen said that she didn't say that her kids were dirty, and she didn't say anything about Malaysia. So then Dominique denied it as well. And so Jen said that Jackie is the one who told her about the stuff, and that if Jackie didn't tell her the things that were being said about Malaysia, she would have never knew about it. So Malaysia's saying how she feels like betrayed by Jackie, because now she feels like Jackie's the one who's talking about her children and talking about her and spreading all these rumors, which is not, Jackie's not the one doing it, but Jackie is the one going around spreading the word to everybody about it. And so Evelyn tells Malaysia that she feels like Jen's telling the truth. And I'm like, girl, you're only saying that you feel like Jen's telling the truth because it's Jackie, and you're mad at Jackie now because Jackie went back and told what Phoebe said. You a couple of episodes ago, you didn't believe Jen when she was saying that she didn't say things about your daughter, but now you're trying to say that you believe Jen now over somebody else's situation. Girl, bye. So Jackie ends up showing up, right? And Malaysia confronts her immediately. So Malaysia asks her about the rumors and asks her if she was talking about her kids. And Jackie says she didn't say nothing about her kids. She didn't say anything about her kids at all. She's not the one who was talking crap about her kids. So then what Jackie did wrong was she was kind of being dismissive, because when Malaysia told her that everyone's saying that it's Jackie that's the one starting all the trouble, Jackie automatically gets pissed off and says, you know what? I didn't do anything, but I need to use the bathroom. And she starts kind of brushing Malaysia off, talking about, I need to use the bathroom. I need to use the bathroom. So then that's when Malaysia gets pissed, because that's where Malaysia starts to feel like she was being disrespected. And now she's starting to feel like Jackie probably is the one saying things about her and her children, because the way that Jackie was acting dismissive. So they get up into each other's faces and they're like talking in each other's faces like really, really closely. I don't know if I'd be able to get that close without mushing your head out of my face, but they didn't do that. But they were literally about to fight, and Jackie's about it, and so is Malaysia. So if nobody would have broke that up, that would have got ugly really, really quick. But in the previews for it, Jackie's throwing a table and everything. I'm like, damn, wow. And so Jackie's friend, I see Jackie's friend, he's a guy, and he's friends with Jackie, and he starts kind of getting involved in things, kind of yelling at the women and stuff like that. I'm like, you're a man, you need to stay out of women's business. When women are arguing and stuff like that, you need to stay out of it. You don't need to be getting all bucking up at women, okay? Because you're still a man. You don't need to be bucking up at no women. So I was like annoyed by that. I'm like, Jackie, you need to tell your friends to tone it down 12 notches. But what I have to say is, I think it's wrong that that Evelyn and Phoebe are trying to plant the bug that Jackie's the one talking crap about Malaysia. Jackie is absolutely not the one talking crap about Malaysia. I know I said this before. Jackie is wrong for telling all the other women about the guy from Atlanta saying Jen was talking about her kids rather than going to Malaysia first. That's what Jackie's wrong about. But Jackie's not, I don't believe that Jackie's talking crap about Malaysia's kids. I just don't believe that. But when you put kids in the mix, it gets really, really ugly. So the way that Malaysia's reacting to it is a normal reaction for a mom. So that concludes episode 9. A lot of stuff happened. I want to know what you thought of the episode down in the comment section. And don't forget to like this video.